What's good? What's cracking? It's your girls, Taquise Jones, aka Killer Queen T, aka Blackout T. What? Wait, where you going? You about to leave already? You just got here. Check me out. Kick it with me for a little bit. Kick it with, you know what? I thought about it. And today video. Today. You know what? Today video. Just leave. Don't even watch today's video. No, it's not. I'm not saying the video ain't worth watching. I'm just saying, I got a new ad I need to be pushing, and I'm out here pushing ads. So you probably want to go. Just go. It's not what you signed up for anyway. Wait a minute, did you pay? Is this free? I'm so confused. Stay, go, come back. Okay. So of course I don't know where this question came from. Don't quote me. But if Jimmy cracked corn and nobody cared, why is there a song about it? And then if Jimmy cracked corn and nobody cared, why they write a song about it? Oh my goodness. More time wasted in this video. Your time is being taken. Oh, I got an ad for you. Your time is being taken. Okay, back, focus. I'm trying to get y'all ad too early. Okay, it's a very old slang for sitting around idly gossiping. Is that Jimmy cracked open a jug of his master's corn whiskey and kicked back a bit. Either way, nobody cared because the master was gone and wouldn't be coming back. So after I did a little more digging, pretty much the master got killed. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Like they up seized. Does this make up a word? Okay, don't judge me if I made up a word. I apologize. I think they up seized, and then I used it again. Petty. Oh, as a song reference brushing away flies from a horse, because it's a song called Blue Tail Fly by Burl Ivins, which brought us to like what's a horsefly? Because it says it's likely the horsefly from the insect family known as the Tabidae. So I'm gonna do another video on that one, but not with this one. I somehow focused on a horsefly, but so no, that's what happened. So I was putting in a search, and I never really got to finish because I put can A, and then Google was like, how about this? So then it was like, how about, can a horsefly kill a horse? Can a horsefly lay eggs in humans? So I was like, when you say question, so I'm reading the questions like, oh my goodness. So a horsefly can bite a human, right? I'm like, oh my God. Because why would you be asking these questions if somebody hadn't gotten bit by a damn horsefly, right? Can a horsefly bite through the clothes? Can a horse bite cause cellulose? I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible. A horse bite will have you down and out. And then the answer popped up. So I asked finally I asked, like, about can a horse fly, bite a human? And boom. So all those questions all lead back, because I went back and clicked on a couple of them. All of them, it don't matter which one you click on, it's all gonna lead to this answer I'm about to tell you. These bites usually only a problem for horses. Horses carry equine infectious amnina, also known as swamp fever, when the bite on equine animals, they transmit this life-threatening disease. I was like, oh my goodness, life-threatening disease. So then I was like, all right. So I kept strolling. Now, imagine you heard me say swamp fever that one dang on time. But most of the questions after that was mostly about swamp fever. So we went to, can humans get swamp fever? And it's a strain called Wells disease, believed to have caused the death of Olympic gold medal winning rower Andy Holmes. Remember that name, Andy Holmes. It's an acrid human form of bacterial infection, also called mud fever, sewer man's flu, and swine-herd's disease. Okay. So let's go on over here. So I was like, okay. Mm-hmm. What's Wills disease? What are the signs that you probably have Wills disease? I'm gonna trigger a couple people for no reason. Like, y'all gonna be watching this video like, oh my god, I have fever. It's fever, chills, muscle aches, headaches, cough, nausea, vomiting, and loss of appetite. If you have these symptoms, you might have Wills disease. Don't quote me though. Don't quote me. I'm not a doctor. I didn't go to school for it. Now, Wells disease is part of the bigger one called leprosis, which is carried by animals, mostly common in rats and cattle. It can be caught by contact with rats or cattle urine, mostly commonly occurring through contaminated fresh water. Then, like I said, pay attention to his name is Andrew John Holmes. He was a British rower. He rowed with Steve Reganis. Don't quote me. Probably said it wrong. I'm so sorry. They did Cokeless and Cokes Piers. They won 6 gold, 1 silver, and 1 bronze. Andrew Holmes died at 51, so he lived a good life. He was a brave man, you know. Probably did everything he wanted. He had a whole daughter, from what I read. You know, all of them good to live a good life. You know, went out there, did things with their life. Now I decided that, you know, since I bored you anyway, I might as well just bore you a little bit more by giving you a couple of definitions, just in case you didn't know what they meant. We got emancipation, the state of being abnormally thin or weak. Amnesia is a condition in which you lack enough healthy red blood cells to carry acute oxygen to your body tissue. So, you know. Now we about to move on to Dead As Me, because I'm like, dang, I have not posted Dead As Me in a minute. So if you made it this far, here we is with chapter 12 of Dead As Me. Alright, chapter 12, 69, ringing. Hello? Eden, it's Quincy. Yes, Quincy, I need you. Come where I am. I'm here for you. I'm not sure if you know what I mean. Tell me. I don't know what direction my life is going. I just had a fight with my wife. I feel as if I need help. But I don't know who can help me. I just need you right now. I hear you, baby. I can feel your pain. I'm here for you. Just come. I'm coming, baby. Standard operation procedure. I always call your main lady after your wife has pissed you off. You're always more sensitive and attentive to their needs during this time. The other women usually would treat you like a king. They feel this is a prime time to gain ground on the wife. The only thing is that I'm not up to no good this time. This time it was real. Eden greeted me immediately. Hi, baby. Hi. We kissed and embraced. I held Eden tightly in my arms. I could feel my emotions passing through her. Come lay down. The mood was soft and seduced. I laid on my stomach looking out at the ocean. My mind was at peace. I felt a sense of comfort there. Eden straddled me. She began to massage my lower back. That's just what I needed. Go to sleep, baby. I'm here when you wake up. Go to sleep. I closed my eyes. Eden caressed my back as I drifted off to sleep. I awakened about an hour later by muffled chatter. Eden was talking to someone on the phone. I'm going to be tied up all day. I'm going to have to cancel. She paused. There was a moment of silence. Don't act like that. I'm all yours. I'll call you back later. Bye. Eden entered the room. Quincy, she called out. She called my name, rubbing my back. I pretended as if she had just awakened me. Yes, baby. Are you okay? You've been asleep for an hour. She like, you been asleep for fucking ever. I'm fine. Just started. I have a lot of things going on. Well, if you want to talk, I'll listen. I've been having a lot of problems at home. Even though I caused most of them, I'm just fed up with the situation. My wife is good to me. Don't get me wrong. She's wonderful. Wonderful for someone else, not me. I like to play. What do you mean play? I like to play around. So are you playing with me, Quincy? No, I'm not saying that. I do have feelings for you that I have never had for any other woman. I know that might sound crazy, even typical, but that's the way I feel. It doesn't sound crazy to me, baby. I have feelings for you too. Strong feelings, but I have someone else. I don't know if I'm willing to trade in my life for you. I like to play too. Let's just enjoy the time we spend together. I don't think it's healthy for us to continue this conversation. Just enjoy me, Quincy. Enjoy me and make love to me, baby. I feel you, baby. I'm just going through something. I said, well, I'm here for you. I guess I'll be going back to Alexis after all. Not by choice, but by default. Eden quickly stated, I know what would cheer you up. I thought we were about to make love. I sat up in the bed and began to take my shirt off. What are you doing? Eden asked, smiling at me. We're not going to make love. We're going yachting. You have a yacht? Yes, I love the ocean. We're going to Bimmy for lunch. Put your shirt back on, you silly goose. I stood up with an astonished look on my face, not sure how to deal with this new experience. Eden claimed that she just wanted us to enjoy each other, but it seemed she was doing everything to pull me from Alexis. I don't know. Maybe I was reading too much into this. Maybe it was just how she rolled. So how long does it take to get there? I asked. Not long. It should take us about an hour. Come on, let's go, she replied eagerly. We left the condo and walked to the dock. The yacht was magnificent. It was 42 feet in length, with a master stateroom and a center-lined floor. The yacht also had a main salon, guest cabin, full bar, and gallery. I estimated the cost at $500,000. Eden, how do you pay for all this? I asked inquisitively. She responded fast and stern. I don't. I didn't ask any more questions about the yacht, the condo, or the Benz. Damn. If she living fat off the hog off the man, I'd be heated. Somebody gotta die. Like, the way my man just went, like, I would have looked at that bitch like, who you say you got somebody. Who your lover? I know these questions probably, like, gonna make this bitch not fuck with me no more, but still, I need to know, like, something ain't feeling right. What is going on? Her response answered all my questions. I decided then that I would sit back and enjoy luxury she obviously received from other men. I knew then what she was about. I'd be damned if I was going to buy her another car, ring or boat. I'm nobody's sugar daddy. See? He obviously went not thinking the same. What are you thinking about? She asked. I'm thinking about you, about the mysterious Eden. Don't get scared now. I don't want anything from you, Quincy. Just your company. I understand that, but my concern is for you. It's for me. What do you mean? Someone is taking very good care of you. Look at all this. Men that spend money like this will do anything to protect it. So what I'm saying is, don't put me in a situation where I'm confused by your man, because I won't hesitate. What, you a killer now? No, I'm no killer, but I won't hesitate. She leaned back with a smirk on her face, putting her shades upon her delicate face. Calm down, Rambo. I don't put nobody in that position. I can handle my end. You just keep your shit straight. My shit My shit stay tight. I got mad. I said, I feel like a asshole because I just told her I had problems at home. Yeah, you is. Even though, shit, you gotta make sure you don't, walk out the crib and somebody walk up with a bat and boop, your ass. We'll see. She started the boat up and made the 50-mile trip to Bimini. The place was beautiful. The water was crystal clear. The area had blue lagoons and waterfalls. I often heard of its sunset sand, primitive waters, reefs, and suburban fishing. It was plain to see why Eden loved the ocean. Quincy, let's go for a swim. I want to say a swim? The water is at least 25 deep, full of fish and other shit that can eat you. I don't think so. But I remain tough. What happened to lunch? I thought we were going to eat. I said in an attempt to keep myself out of the water. You can eat all you want, baby. Eden took off her swim suit. She turned to allow me to see her naked body. Come get your lunch. She jumped in the water. I began to take off my clothes so fast I tripped and nearly fell overboard. I did a backflip in the water. I didn't know you could do that, Quincy. I could do a lot. Come here. Eden swam over to me. We were holding each other, treading water while we kissed. I took a deep breath, went underwater, and gave her what she wanted. She was holding my head next to her body while she was spread eagle. I blew bubbles out my mouth on her body while she sat on my face. I knew that she liked it because she was squeezing my head. I had to come up. My air supply was gone. I stopped and tried to return to surface. I couldn't because she was holding my head with her legs wrapped around my neck. I pushed Eden away and exploded to the surface. What the hell? I could barely breathe, let alone talk. What are you doing? Are you trying to kill me? I said angrily while coughing. Eden looked at me, turned and swam back to the boat. I followed her, yelling for her to answer me. We climbed on the yacht, standing face to face. Answer me, Eden, I yelled, grabbing her shoulders. I was climaxing, Quincy. It felt so good, I just got caught up. They say sex could kill you. I just didn't think I would be a victim. Caught up? You almost killed me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. I looked at her naked body glistening from sun rays reflecting off the water. It's okay. Let's go down below. Eden looked up slowly, showing all 32. She grabbed my hand, leading me below deck where we laid as one. Where we laid as one. You just got played. Did you like it, baby? I love it, Quincy. I love your big thing inside me. It's a nice change. Change. From what I thought to myself. At that moment, my cell rang. It was Alexis. Oh, snap. It's supposed to go down. Hello? Justin? Yes, baby. I could hear the pain in her voice. Come on, baby. I'll be there shortly. I hung up the cell phone, looking at Eden. Time to go, she said. Yeah, baby, time to go. We got dressed and returned to the deck of the yacht. We rode all the way to Bimini and the only thing I ate was Eden. I was still hungry. I wondered what she meant by a nice change. I thought about that all the way back to Miami. The answer to my question was standing right in front of me. Fear what she might say kept me from asking her to explain. I learned a lot about Eden that day. Maybe too much. You ain't learned nothing. You ain't asked no questions. You just jumped to conclusions the whole damn trip. Quincy, look at the moon. I paused and looked at the moon shining brighter than any other stars. Yeah, it's beautiful, I responded after taking a long stare. What's wrong with you? Asked Eden. It's a full moon and I'm a werewolf. Oh, nothing. Just enjoying the ride. We could see the city lights from the water. Everything looked so peaceful. We arrived at the dock behind Eden's condo. Grab the rope and tie it off, Eden said. Wanting me to tie the yacht to the dock? Who did she think I was? Gillian? Thanks for a great time. I really enjoyed myself, despite the fact you almost killed me, I said, reaching for her. I'm sorry. I enjoyed you also. So when will I see you again? She asked as we embraced. You might see me later tonight if things don't work out with my wife, I said, taking in a deep breath. I jumped off the boat. Make it work, Eden replied. Yeah. As I walked off from Eden, I looked up at the high rise she lived in, then looked back at her in the yacht. She was living a playboy's dream. I thought I was a player. I was nothing compared to her. Definitely not a player. Her lifestyle was on an entirely different level when it was time for Justin to emerge. During the ride home, I anticipated what might happen at home. I didn't know, but if it was going down, I was ready to get it over with. No, he ain't. He ain't ready. And we're going to end this off with Stuart Little trapping in a narrow escape. He wasn't ready to be confronted by his wife whatsoever. He probably was going to go in there begging her to stay. It's the last chapter too. So let's get it. Margot liked it so well at the Little's house, she decided to stay for a while instead of returning to the open country. She and Stuart became fast friends. And as the days passed, it seemed to Stuart that she grew more and more beautiful. He hoped she would never go away from him. One day when Stuart had recovered from bronchitis, he took his new skates and put on his ski pants and went out to look for a nice pond. He didn't go far. The minute he stepped out into the street, he saw an Irish terrier. Stuart had to shimmy up an iron gate and jump into a garbage can, where he hid in a grove of celery. While he was there waiting for the dogs to go away, a garbage truck from the Department of Sanitation drove up to the curb and two men picked up the can. Stuart felt himself being hoisted high in the air. He peered over the side and saw that in another instant, he and everything in the can would be dumped into the big truck. If I jump now, I kill myself, thought Stuart. So he ducked back into the can and waited. The man threw the can with a loud bump into the trunk, where another man grabbed it, turned it upside down, and shook everything out. Stuart landed on his head, buried 2 feet deep into wet, slippery garbage. All around him was garbage, smelling strong, under him, over him, and all 4 sides of him. Garbage. Just an enormous world of garbage and trash and smell. It was a messy spot to be in. He had egg on his trousers, butter on his cap, gravy on his shirt, orange pulp in his ear, and banana peel wrapped around his waist. Still hanging onto his skates, Stuart tried to make his way up to the surface of the garbage. But the footing was bad. He climbed a pile of coffee grounds, but near the top of the grounds gave way under him, and he slid down and landed in a pool of leftover rice pudding. I bet I'm going to be sick in my stomach before I get out of this, said Stuart. He was anxious to work his way up to the top of the pile because he was afraid of being squashed by the next can load of garbage. When at last he did succeed in getting to the surface, tired and smelly, he observed that the truck was not making any more collections, but rumbling rapidly along. Stuart glanced up at the sun. We're going east, he said to himself. I wonder what that means. Oh, yeah, get out, boy. There was no way for him to get out the truck. The sides were too high. He just has to wait. When the truck arrived at the East River, which borders New York City on the east, and which is a rather dirty but useful river, the driver drove out into the pier, backed up to a garbage screw, and dumped his load. Stuart went crashing and slithering along with everything else, and hit his head so hard he fainted and lay quite still, as though dead. He lay there that way for almost an hour, and when he recovered his senses, he looked at him and saw nothing but water. The squirrel was being towed out to sea. Well, thought Stuart, this is about the worst thing that could have happened to anyone. I guess this would be my last ride in this world. For he knew that the garbage would be towed 20 miles out and dumped into the Atlantic Ocean. I guess there's nothing I could do about it, he thought, hopelessly. I'll just have to sit here bravely and die like a man. But I wish I didn't have to die with egg on my pants and butter on my cap and gravy on my shirt and orange pulp in my ear and banana peel wrapped around my middle. The thought of death made Stuart sad, and he began to think of his home and of his father and mother and brother and Margot and Snowbill, and how he loved them, all but Snowbill. And what a pleasant place his home was. Simply in the early morning with the light just coming through the curtains and the household stirring awakened. The tears came into his eyes when he realized that he would never see them again. He was still sobbing when a small voice behind him whispered, Stuart? He looked around through his tears, and there, sitting on a Brussels sprout, was Margot. Margot, cried Stuart. How did you get here? Well, said the bird, I was looking out the window this morning when you left home, and I happened to see you get dumped into the garbage truck. So I flew out the window and followed the truck, thinking you might need help. I've never been so glad to see anyone in all my life, said Stuart. But how are you going to help me? I think that if you hang onto my feet, said Margot, I can fly ashore with you. It's worth trying anyway. How much do you weigh? 3 ounces and a half, said Stuart. With your clothes on? Asked Margot. Certainly, replied Stuart modestly. Then I believe I'll carry you all right. Suppose I get dizzy, said Stuart. Nigga, you getting saved. Shut up. Don't look down, replied Margot. Then you won't get dizzy. Suppose I get sick in my stomach. You just have to be sick, the bird replied. Anything is better than death. Yes, that's true, Stuart agreed. Hang on then. We may as well get started. Stuart tucked his skates into his shirt, stepped gingerly onto a turf of lettuce, and took a firm grip of Margot's ankles. Already, he cried. With a flutter of wings, Margot rose into the sky, carrying Stuart along, and together they flew out over the ocean and headed towards home. Phew, said Margot when they were high in the air. You smell awful, Stuart. I know I do, he replied gloomily. I hope it isn't making you feel bad. I can hardly breathe, she answered, and my heart is pounding in my breast. Isn't it something you could drop to make yourself lighter? Well, I could drop these ice skates, said Stuart. Goodness me, the little bird cried. I didn't know you had skates in your shirt. Toss those heavy skates away quickly, or we'll both come down in the ocean and perish. Wow. There were 2 little paper clips. Stuart threw his skates away and watched them fall down till they disappeared in the gray waves below. That's better, said Margot. And they were all right. I can already see the towers and chimneys of New York. 15 minutes later, in they flew through the open window of the Littles' living room and landed on the Boston Fern. Mrs. Little, who had left the window open when she missed Margot, was glad to see them back, for she was beginning to worry. When she heard what happened and how near she had come to losing her son, she took Stuart in her hands, even though his clothes smelled nasty, and kissed him. Then she sent him upstairs to take a bath, and sent George out to take Stuart's clothes to the cleaners. What was it like out there in the Atlantic Ocean? Inquired Mr. Little, who had never been very far from home. So Stuart and Margot told all about the ocean, and the great waves curling with white crests, and the gulls in the sky, and the channel bios, and the ships, and the tugs, and the wind making a sound in your ears. Mr. Little sighed and said someday he hoped to get away from business long enough to see all those fine things. Everyone thanked Margot for saving Stuart's life. And at supper time, Mrs. Little presented her with a tiny cake, which had seeds sprinkled on top. Oh, she loved that. All right, and we out. And it's your girl, Taquise Jones. She might be back with another video. Hopefully not soon. Hopefully might soon. Because we can get chapter 13 and give our thoughts on the book. So, stick around. But we out.